Hey Zim,
Yes?
are you capturing your audio differently today?
What do you mean?
Well, normally, when you're playing music and other various forms of audio, it plays into the Discord, so usually I just mute the stream, so I can listen to it without, like, a double reverberation or echo. Kind of like how I also just mute the stream in general, just because when I talk to you guys, there's that weird reverberation echo thing with a delay. But this time, it seems like your music is coming from a source different than your audio recording.
What are you talking about? I do not understand.
I mean, it sounds like your music is coming from one source, and your audio recording, your microphone, is coming from a different source. Whereas usually, the music seems to play through your audio rather clearly. Your music is coming through on the stream just fine, but in the call here in Discord, normally that music would also come through. But today, it seems to be coming from a different source entirely. So I just hear you, I don't hear any music when I
Okay,
have the stream music.
that's what I was looking for, because you were making no goddamn sense with everything else you were saying. Jeez, dude.
What?
You were making no sense.
What do you mean I was making no sense?
You were going on about different source and all this other stuff. I just needed to know you were not hearing the music on Discord.
Yeah.
You didn't say that, though. You were going on about different source and how you normally mute
Yeah, I
the
thought
stream.
I thought you had a different source for your music or something, and that you were playing it through a different source instead of how it normally came through in Discord.
No, it should be going through Discord.
Okay, interesting.
Cat is confused.
It's still not coming through Discord, but it's fine that it's not. I'm just normally it does, so that's what confused me. But it's fine on the stream. I can hear it perfectly fine on the stream. There we go.
Hear it now?
Yep.
Great.
Nice and clear.
Apparently Discord turned the noise suppression on me.
Oh.
You mean Discord's noise suppression actually works?
Oh yeah, that very much does. At least the new. I think they might
No,
have
no.
updated this.
It works on everything except what you want it to work on.
You mean voice?
Ah.
Half the time it cuts out people's voices, and well, right now I'm trying to purposely feed the music through Discord and it turned it off. Which, that's okay, but, you know.
So wait. Does that mean us hearing the music playing is like us hearing one of your speakers playing the music?
Not really. As far as Discord's concerned, well, yeah, I guess kind of. It's not quite the same, but sure.
Okay.
Tales of our endeavors proliferate.
Ooh. Host.
It means absolutely nothing. I have all of 2 followers.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Lords of Death Pathfinder. I will turn it over to Aurum for the recap.
I did it last time.
I feel
I
like
thought Jaffer did it
Gunford
last
did.
time.
Yeah, somebody else did
Yeah,
it
it was-
last week.
It was Jaffer who did it as Crevist, and then Gunny supplemented. And that wasn't
Oh, I
enough, so
did
then
it
the
'cause-
DM stepped in.
No, I did it because I was the one who said that I did all the work and killed the Spider-Man all by myself.
Go on, Aurum, get to it.
Oh, okay. I died. The end.
I don't recall you dying.
I recall
I got
almost
shot. I got shot by an angry noble. He didn't like me being a cat that hugged the owl.
Well, no, you were trying to enslave the owl.
To quote one of my favorite pieces of media, I'm pretty sure you are only mostly dead.
Yeah, you're not dead. So, get to it.
We found a traveling circus, and my familiar magicked the missing member back to life.
Yeet!
Enjoy your stay.
Alright, Curry, you want to give a better recap?
Our intrepid heroes began making their way toward Lepidstot after finishing up their business in Ravenguro, and while traveling, they came across a traveling band of freaks and strangeness. They had lost one of their own to the wilds of the land around them and offered to help. And during this, they discovered a massive phase spider, which they kind of crit hit and murdified before it could do anything, and recovered the body, of which their little companion, Hoot, was able to bring them back to life through his divine magic. Afterwards, they began to make their way to the family manor of one Oberus, where they met their old friend, the demon in disguise, or the devil in disguise. I should be particular because he doesn't like being called a demon. Who just talked to them and gave them a little bit of help, specifically boosting Oberus's animal companion, his little velociraptor's power with a little abyssal energy, or should I say the nine hells, but abyssal sounds cooler. Afterwards, they began to make their way
could have at
to
least made him the same level as me. I feel like that would have been more helpful.
You didn't make a deal, you got it for free. What is he, a charity?
Anonymous dispensation.
Yes. Also, Jeffer, thank you so much for that donation. I need both of you to send a message in the chat.
Head pats for Jappy.
So anyways, shall we?
No.
Yes. So we shall begin with you guys arriving at Lepidstot. Let me see if I have any info on the town of Lepidstot for you that you would know automatically. Actually, give me either a knowledge history or a knowledge local check. Whichever one you wish.
What if I have
Minor roll.
knowledge? What if I have knowledge
Minor rolls.
nobility?
There's no real nobility here in Lepidstot. Otherwise, I would
okay.
let you do that.
All of my knowledge skills are the same, so I just rolled nature because that's the one I've got here.
Okay. My engineering is untrained, and I assume this just didn't check, so I'm just gonna roll engineering and pretend like it's not engineering.
That's fine.
Just testing something. Alright. Cool. So my 2 from earlier is still the one that counts, so I was just testing something with that second roll.
Alright, so everyone but Kravhist, you guys do know about Lepidstot, the basics at least. It is a small city on the banks of the lesser Motre River, most famous for its university, and the strange standing stones outside the city called the Spiro Cromlech. It was recently renovated. It is a bustling, lively city of students and academics, with newly bricked streets, wide plazas, and grandiose structures built from imported wood and stone. Away from the university and city center, however, the narrow winding streets of Lepidstot show the signs of its age, with dilapidated hovels, crumbling stone walls, and cramped courtyards. If you look on the map, everyone can see the map, yes?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I
Affirmative.
just want to double check that everyone can still see the map right now.
Alright.
In the top left corner, that is the Spiro Cromlech, the standing stones outside the city. And
Stonehenge.
pretty much, yeah. If you look at the little blue dot in basically the middle of the map and go straight down, that set of brown buildings directly under it, towards the very bottom of the map, that is the university. Which, fun fact, that is the university that the Spider-Man worked at before he went batshit fucking crazy.
Why does this town have, like, actually horrid fortifications?
I commented on that when we first saw it.
Most of it is crumbled away, but really, a lot of the things that prowl Ustalov's darkness, walls aren't going to stop it. You're
Of course.
talking werewolves, vampires, ghosts, spirits, demons. Walls aren't going to slow them down.
Of course, walls are to prevent military occupations from outside forces.
Not in Lepidstot, or not in Ustalov. Ustalov is mostly left alone, because everyone remembers what happened beforehand. And really, Ustalov doesn't really have much worth taking.
I don't remember what happened beforehand. Please fill me in.
So, this might have been before you guys actually joined. So, for you guys and for all of our viewers, I will give you a little bit of rundown for Ustalov's history, because it does play into the campaign later, and you guys do know this. A couple of 100 years ago, a great crusade known as the Shining Crusade was launched. A being known as the Whispering Tyrant, perhaps the most powerful lich to have ever existed in all of Galarian's history, Galarian being the name of the world, basically ruled Ustalov with an iron fist. Ustalov and the surrounding countries around it. It took the defenders over 30 years just to try to create a beachhead to start moving into the territory of the Whispering Tyrant. That's how difficult this was. The Herald of Erodin, who served the goddess Iomade, who is basically the patron of the crusade, came down to assist the Crusaders during the battles. The Whispering Tyrant showed up at that battle and murdered her in front of everybody, ruthlessly, calmly, and basically broke the back of the crusade almost by that one move. He was almost unstoppable. Whenever he employed an army of both undead and orcs, and whenever any of his living members of his army died, he would just raise them as undead to keep fighting. Eventually, though, it took almost 300 years, I believe, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head, of the Shining Crusade fighting to try to get to him, to get to his fortress in Ustalav. And it was there that he was finally defeated, wielding what was called the Shield of Eredin. A cavalier general of the army faced the Whispering Tyrant, and the Whispering Tyrant attempted to use a wish spell to tear the heart out of the general and pull it to his hand. The Shield of Eredin, though, was a very powerful magical shield, and its ability allowed it to force any spell that would harm the person wielding it to affect the shield instead. And instead of ripping the heart out of this leader, instead the shield shattered, and one of the shards, filled with pulsing positive energy, ended up impaling the hand of the Whispering Tyrant and obliterating his physical form, forcing him to withdraw back into the tower that was his base. However, the group was never able to find his phylactery. They were never able to put him down permanently. So instead, they crafted 3 seals around the tower, and the locks to those seals were given to locations around Ustalav in order to ensure that the Whispering Tyrant could not escape his tower. And there he still dwells, attempting to figure out a way to escape and to take back what is his. And slowly the people of Ustalav have begun recovering. And I believe that was like 100 years ago. 1 to 150 years ago this happened.
Is that the Lich that the demon wants us to stop?
Yes. The Whispering Tyrant is the Lich that the demon wants you to stop. He does
we have
not.
a name for the big bad end boss.
Gotcha.
The devil does not want the Whispering Tyrant to escape. Because as he put it, the Whispering Tyrant is one of the only beings on Golarion that could pose a threat to his plans. Because when the Whispering Tyrant actually did lead his forces, very little could stop him. Short of basically divine intervention is what it took to stop him the first time. When he was mortal, it took a god to kill him. But now, the god who did that, Eredin, is dead. No one knows how Eredin died. But basically, all of the followers who originally followed Eredin now follow his successor and apprentice, Iomade. Goddess of justice, law, valor. She's a fairly good god. She also used to be human.
Huh.
In Golarion, there was an object known as the Starstone. And anyone who goes to the city of Absalom can attempt to do what is called the Test of the Starstone. The Starstone is kept in a cathedral that is entirely closed off. It is basically floating in a chasm, the church is. And the first test is to try to get across to the church. And then no one knows what's inside of it. It's different for each person. And some things that work for one person will not work for another.
Yeah, I know about Absalom.
Only 3 mortals have ever touched the Starstone. Iomade and Eredin being 2 of them. 4 of them have. There is 4 former human gods.
If I might quickly interject here very briefly. this story somehow continues on to Starfinder because Absalon Station still has the Star Stone.
Yes, it does. Starfinder is a continuation of Pathfinder.
Yes. More just, I know you know, but I wasn't sure if Moriarty or Zin knew.
Galarian has vanished, though, in the Starfinder time. No one knows where it went to.
Yeah.
But that is the current history of Ustalav right now. Basically, think sort of Transylvania. People who basically want to be left alone, living their lives. They are tough lives, they are rough lives. Sometimes they are short lives. It is not necessarily a great place.
See, when I got your description of why there weren't military engagements here, my mind just said, oh, okay, this is fantasy Russia.
Kind of. You're close.
But instead of winter, they have the undead.
I mean, they have undead, they have ghosts, they have werewolves, they have things that they don't like talking about. Trust me, Ustav is not a nice place. It doesn't have a lot of resources to it, so no one really bothers with it.
I'm guessing Ustalav is the kind of place where, like, cities have their designated vampire hunters, werewolf hunters, like, and they're probably part of the 1%.
Not necessarily, no. There are orders, though, who do deal with monsters, but it's not like an organized, like, group who does it.
So it's the world of Remnant.
A little bit.
I wasn't saying like an organized group. I mean like in every town or city or whatever, there's probably going to be at least like one freelance business that will kill vampires, werewolves, ghosts, whatever the fuck. Not necessarily that they're good at it.
Who are you gonna call? Ghost.
You underestimate the number of people in the world. Sorry about that. I just apparently nearly died. Yeah. So this is a little bit off game, but for those who are interested, the number of people who are basically like over level 7 or higher is like less than 10% of the total human or the total mortal population on Galarian.
Well, yeah, that's par for the course.
The number of people who can take on werewolves and vampires and survive is basically like a handful of people per country. It's not common.
Which is kind of why I said if anyone had that business model, they're probably the 1%.
So we can make lots of money.
Yeah, I mean the problem is like the cost of that. You could charge whatever you wanted, and most places couldn't pay it. Ustalav is not a prosperous country, except in like the big cities like Lepidstot here, which specifically has the quality prosperous.
Oh,
but that's
so
also due to it. That's due to its location on the river, though. It's one of the main trade hubs.
So we could work at Lepidstot and make lots of money and end the campaign by working here forever.
I don't think you'd like what happens.
We live long and prosperous lives killing werewolves and undead and things.
We'll see. Continuing on. As you guys arrive at the western entrance, you know there are two places that you guys need to go to. There are two tasks that you need to fulfill to finish up the will and get paid. The first is to visit Dr. Montagani Crowell at Lepidstot University and deliver the books that were in the chest to him. And then it is to go visit Judge Empress Daramid to give the book that has the lock on it to her.
We pull open this map, exclamation points on it or anything like that to denote side quests, or
There's not any real side quests, but as you guys make your way into the town, it has a very lively feel to it. It's like an almost carnival atmosphere within the city. And as you are moving and traveling, please make diplomacy rolls. This is for gathering information. Well, Barris, you just rolled max, so let me get this up.
There goes Kravist with his intimidation tactics.
So technically, that's not even my max.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me get this up real quick. So as you guys are traveling, you guys can hear people talking about a trial that's about to start. A trial that, well, technically it has started, but opening arguments have not begun yet. Apparently it is about what is called the Beast of Lepidstot has been caught. And they are planning to burn the beast. And as you guys get to where that little blue dot is in the center, you can see a massive wicker man has been built there. It is able to be opened up, and it looks like someone could be shoved inside of it and then set on fire. And if you look just above that blue dot, that little brown building, that is the courthouse right there. It is built right in front of that building. And with that diplomacy roll, Barris, I'm going to read these off to you a little bit. These are things that you hear people talking about to each other as you're going. You can hear many calls of burn the beast. There's a huge crowd gathered up outside the courthouse cheering for that. A few others are talking. I hear the trial's first day detailed a long list of crimes against the beast, 3 of which are to be used as the basis of its execution. It's going to be burned alive in the Punishing Man, a giant pyre that is even now being raised outside the courthouse, which you guys can see. I'm just reading these off as they go because you rolled really, really goddamn well. Ha! That fool barrister, Gustav Kaple, is defending the creature. He can't even get a whole sentence out without stuttering. The beast is as good as dead. I've heard that the prosecution's case is watertight. Murdering those poor children in Hergstag, killing all those swampers in Morist, and burning down good Dr. Brada's hospice. Hurrah for prosecutor Otto Hygar. And I've heard stories that the beast has done some kind things too, but it's plagued Lepidstot for far too long. Even if it did those things, that just proves that the creature is mad and deserves to be burned. And the people are treating this like a absolute celebration. So what would you guys like to do? Would you like to try to find the judge, or would you like to go to the university, or would you like to do something else? What do you desire?
Carissa's going to lead the cart probably towards the university, since that's what he was told to do, or at least last told to do, unless anyone tells him to go elsewhere.
Yes, by the way, you guys are all getting a lot of fearful looks. The population of this town, basically almost everyone but 180 people of this nearly 10k population are humans. There's very, very few other races.
I say, yeah, Kravis, head towards the university. Just don't go through the buildings. Go around them.
Gunny pulls near the cart who is being piloted by presumably Olberis or Dacro.
I'm on top of Kravis. I am always on Kravis. He is my mount.
So Dacro is leading the cart. by sitting on top of Travis, who's pulling the cart.
So,
And that means Olberis can sit comfortably inside. It's actually not a cart, it was a...
It's a full-on carriage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a full carriage. So it's
That's
got
a-
the fancy
the-
doors.
The windows and curtains are open.
Gotcha. So he's gonna pull alongside the cart. He's gonna like tap on it as he's just like riding alongside it.
and Oberys, with that roll that you got, you would know that Dr. Krall is here at the university. He is the professor of antiquities there. And it's fairly simple with that roll that you got to know how to get there. And as you guys arrive on the university grounds, you are greeted by the sight as you head towards the antiquities department. The building looks partially destroyed, like one of the walls has been blown out. And it seems
I
you
think
can
that,
see.
Gunford was going to say something.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
He was going to, like, while riding alongside the carriage, he was going to like knock on it to try and get, preferably Olberis' attention, but really anyone inside would do.
Well, I don't know where Yggdrasi is, but Olberis would look over. Yes, Gunford.
What's your take on this whole trial thing? Do you know anything about that beast that they're talking about? Why even give a beast a trial?
From what I have overheard on our way through, it seems to have done some terrible things, and it may not actually be a beast. It's possible that they are simply dehumanizing one of their fellow people by calling it a beast. That said, I see no real reason to interfere, as that is local. It is more of a local matter, and we do have a business to be about.
One quick note to let you all know: those who have either lived in lived in Ustalav or have been here for a while know that both here and basically all around Galarian, trial is more assumed guilt until proven innocent. In Lepidstot, they are attempting something new, where they are assumed innocent rather than simply presumed guilty, where the guilt has to be proven in court. Which is one of the reasons why the beast here would likely get a trial, rather than just simply be executed for being a beast.
Olberis will relay that.
It just all seems off to me.
How so?
Well, people are building these giant decorations. They're celebrating this beast's death, but they're still giving it the humanity of a trial. Most people, who I've known, would rather just string the thing up in the woods. Lynch it, so to speak.
Oh, from what you can see and what you guys can gather in listening, everyone just thinks this is a formality. This is just basically going through the motions. No one actually thinks there's any chance of the beast actually being innocent. This is just, for show.
Oh yeah, but like, as far as Gunny's concerned, people, if someone hates something enough, they'll just go out and kill it. They won't even go to the trial phase. And like, from what he's hearing, this is one of those things that has warranted all that hate. So he really doesn't understand why they just haven't already killed it. Even if this is just like a formality.
While I would agree that it is in rather poor taste, these celebrations over the death of anyone, I do not see a real reason to interfere, as it's not really our business and we do not know anything about it. Nothing I've heard has really aroused my particular suspicion as to there being a unfair trial. It does seem to be just going through the motions, but that said, I have not heard anything in regards to this quote-unquote beast being anything but just another monster that has wreaked havoc.
Don't mistake my word. I wasn't planning on interfering. It just seems off to me.
Well, if you wish to investigate it, I will not stop you, but we do have a test to be about.
Of course. We'll take care of our task first. And then he just, proceeds along without another word.
Anything else from anyone?
Yeah. Actually, Yggdrazi would go and, just being a scholarly type, would go and see actually what is up with the trial, seeing as that is an unusual thing to be going on.
So Yggdrasi
You
is
said-
like splitting off from the party?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Would like to go up and ask the locals about the trial and the beast and where they would be keeping them.
I'll let you use Alberus' diplomacy because you were with him when you guys were listening and kind of asking and getting a little bit of information. The beast is in the blah, 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 blah. I can talk, I swear I can. The beast is in the courthouse. It's all locked up. Apparently the barrister's with it trying to come up with a defense for the thing. Like that's gonna happen.
Alright, in that case, I'd like to go to the courthouse, I suppose.
Give me a second. Cause you don't have that yet. Alright, let me jump down here real quick. Curse sequence breaking! So, as you go to the square, immediately outside the courthouse stands the Punishing Man, Levistat's traditional method of executing murderers and other criminals guilty of capital crimes. The Punishing Man is a gigantic man-shaped conglomeration of cut timber standing over 30 feet tall. Convicted criminals are placed within the figure's hollow chest cavity, and the entire structure is then set on fire in a public ceremony. And it seems there are eager workers piling more timber against the figure's legs and oil its wooden limbs, while you can see children playing games at its side and throwing grass, flowers, and rubbish onto it. And as you get near the courthouse, there looks to be about 6 guards there, and one of them is a little bit more ornate right now, not by much, but he has a crest on his shoulder and markings on on his chest armor that stands out against the other guards. And he gives a small nod to you, Yggdrasil, as you approach. Basically just kind of showing that he does notice you. Hello there. Can I help you with something? I don't believe I have seen you around town before.
Oh no, we have just come into town from what was the place's name again?
Lepidstot.
No, the place we're at before. We're in Lepidstot, right?
Yeah. This is the courthouse.
We came
Yeah,
from Ravenguro?
Oh, Ravenguro. Sorry, I misheard you.
Yes, we were just in from Ravenguro. Me and my party who I split off from were assisting in rescuing some children that were taken.
Rescuing some children, eh? All the way down Ravenguro? It's a few weeks travel, if I do remember right. They were having trouble down there?
Yes, it was very strange. They had a demon, no, not demon, devil that was inhabiting their old jail, and there was just all kinds of spirits and haunts that had been trapped. There was this bladder man that had been trapped there as well.
At that, this man pauses. Did you say the Splatterman?
Yes, we had to dispatch the ghost of the Splatterman to actually free the children. He was holding them hostage.
My father was one of the men who helped bring that asshole down almost 70 years ago. My name is Dunn. I am the acting sergeant right now. May I know your name?
Yes, my name is Yggdrasil. I am a scholar of the magical arts, I suppose would be the best explanation.
He gives a nod. Most people, Yggdrasil, you would know would probably be nervous and such about magic. But here in Lepidstot, the university south, in the town, is literally a college for magic. So it is very, very common here in Lepidstot for there to be a lot of wizards, sorcerers, magic users, and such. It's a very common thing here, which is why he seems like, okay, that's no big deal to him.
So
Well,
it's the equivalent of like Winterhold.
Pretty much, yeah. And he gives a small nod. I'm glad to hear that you were all able to help them out down there. I have some family down there. Haven't heard from them for quite some time. Travel's been difficult. We've been dealing with quite a few rough patches these last few years here. But I'm glad that you were able to save the children. We weren't so lucky here.
What is it that happened here?
It was about 7 months ago. The nearby, there's a little village known as Hergstag. It was just a small farming community, and it said that the beast murdered all of the children and all of the people of that village. Only a few survivors who were here in town avoided the massacre.
That is absolutely terrible.
Yeah. That's one of the crimes that he's going to be burned for in a few days, no doubt.
Would you be able to grant me the ability to see the beast that seems to have caused all this?
He paused before shaking his head. I'm afraid I can't. Only one of the judges could authorize that. You'd need to talk to one of them. Personally, I might recommend talking to Judge Embreth Daramid. She seems the one. She's a stickler. She's firm and hard as nails, that bitch is. But she is fair. If anyone's going to ensure that this thing gets a fair trial, it's her. I would talk to her and see what she says. Otherwise, I'm under orders not to allow anyone to get through right now, simply because we don't want to take the risk of anyone taking justice into their own hands right now. Justice will come in a few days. There's no reason to rush it. So me and my men are ensuring that nothing goes wrong with that.
So I see. Would you be able to point me in their direction then?
Of course, I'd be more than happy to. And he will give you directions to her villa. Also, Yggdrazi, you would know Embreth Daramid is one of the people you guys actually have to meet in order to return one of the books to her.
Books?
For the will, of which Dacro, Kravis, and Olberus are doing.
We were talking quite a bit about how we had to return the books to the library. Or to the university.
Yep, and then Embreth is the other person you would need to see in order to return the other books. So you would know that your group is planning to actually meet with her anyway. Once they finish business in the college.
Alrighty then. In that case, I would bid the captain adieu, and I would then make my way down towards the college to eventually meet up with the party.
Dunn would nod his head. If you need any help, feel free to ask me, or if I'm not available, one of my men. They'll make sure they get the message to me. I'll offer you whatever help I can for the help that you gave Ravenguro and apparently are helping out here. So I appreciate it.
Those guards are very trusting.
Well, you guys did kind of save a town, and he has a very high sense motive. Very high sense motive.
I mean, he has no proof that we saved the town.
He has a very high sense motive. He would tell a lie if, aka he has an ability that lets him know if someone is lying to him or not.
Oh, why don't we just have him talk to the beast? Actually, that's a good idea.
Who's to say he hasn't? Continue though. Back scene shift. As you guys arrive at the campus, you can see one of the buildings has been partially demolished. And it looks...
Does it look recent, or does it look like part of
Yes.
the normal decay? Oh.
Very recent. Like, no, the part, one of the walls is smashed in and shattered.
Travis, did you...
It looks like Kravis did something to the wall.
Travis, did you sneak here last night?
And right now there are quite a few builders and craftsmen at work trying to repair the damage to this area. And you can see an excitable man moving back and forth between them, directing them. No, 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 no. You have to be careful. These are ancient and delicate sculptures. If you just go willy-nilly, you might shatter one of them. No, you. No, that does not go over there. You cannot move that. It needs to be handled very carefully. Honestly, you people. And at this point, you guys would be close enough where he would see you guys and he would just stop when he sees specifically Kravis and Dakro and Axis, and just kind of... His mouth is kind of opening and closing, and no real sound is coming out. As though his brain is trying to comprehend what he's seeing here. And many of the builders are like stopping and just kind of going, oh, God.
This is going to give a friendly wave.
A few of the men Peter
Intimidation.
With a 26 intimidate, Chris doing a friendly wave.
Yes, I'm a cat riding a drake. This can't be the first time you've seen something like this.
Well, yes, but not here. But well, welcome, as he kind of throws his arms up in welcome. What can I help you with? I don't believe I know your names. I am Montegani Kral, at your service, Professor of Antiquities here at our fine university.
I am Lord Oberis Fieldclair. Oberis is saying as he steps down from the carriage. Oh,
Acrofolger.
we are looking to return some books from the late professor. From the late professor, insert a name here.
Lorimore. He's gonna pause when you say that. Lorimore? The late Professor Lorimore?
Yes,
Late by almost a month now.
Unfortunately, he has passed away, but he seems to have left in his will that he had books to return. We do have them here.
He's going to nod. I was aware of some of the things that Lorimore was studying. I had actually lended him those books.
Kravis will pull the chest of books off the top of the carriage and just plonk them down in front of him.
He's just kind of walk over and just kind of run a hand over the chest. Lorimore was a very close friend of mine, and one of my closest colleagues. We worked together quite often.
I apologize
shocking.
for your loss. He was a good friend of mine as well.
I've been so busy dealing with work and, well, this nasty business in the last couple of days recently. And I didn't even realize.
Well, we didn't go down without a fight. If it wasn't for him and his research, Ravengard would have fallen.
What do you mean?
His research single-handedly helped us to stop an incursion of ghostly prison spirits from destroying the entire town.
Oh my.
Including the Splatterman, which I assume you would know that name.
Kral is going to frown. Yes. He is a curse on our legacy here.
Curse no more.
He's going to give a very firm nod. I'm very glad to hear that you were able to use Lorimore's research to stop them and save that town. Lorimore always believed that understanding and research of the enemy is what would allow us to defeat them, and it warms my heart that it was able to do so one last time. I've been dealing with...
His daughter is still alive, and if you are as close friends with Lorimore as you were, you should probably go say hello sometime.
Oh, yes, Kendra. Kendra was always a sweet, sweet woman. She has quite the brain on her, honestly. I've been trying for years to get her to take up residency at the school to teach, but she has been very adamant in following around with her father. She did not want to just sit behind a desk all day. Though she was quite the teacher whenever her father did come to teach classes himself. when he wasn't busy on one escapade or another. So perhaps I can see about offering her the chance to work here. That would be quite nice, honestly. But that would have to come after I take care of this business. As he waves a hand to the shattered wall and the must up items within.
Me no do that.
No. He's going to actually chuckle at that. No, it was the beast, I believe. It's the strangest thing, though. Apparently, we found the beast here. That's how we were able to capture it. Apparently, it had broken in, but there was only one thing missing. It's an old statuette called the Sea Sage Effigy. It's honestly, it's hardly valuable. It was just a strange object that we had found that we were researching. And when we caught the beast, it had no idea what it was doing, it said. It was obviously clearly insane, but there was no sign of the statue at all, so I have yet to be able to figure out what happened to it.
I wouldn't count insanity. We've already had a run-in with a ghost that could possess people, so he may not even be guilty.
I'm gonna try something. This is a knowledge engineering check. Nope, don't worry about it. Grievous used to breaking things. Maybe he could identify how it got broken, but no. It broke.
Possession, you say?
Yes, the Spider-Man was able to take possession of villagers to try to start writing the names down.
Let me make a roll for Krell if he would know this. Fuck.
Did I screw up?
No, he could only make this roll in a nat 20, and guess what I rolled?
Nat 20?
Nat fucking 20.
Is that good?
For you guys, possibly. He's going to pause and kind of consider things. Wait, I believe... Yes. 1 moment. As he opens the chest up and begins moving through the books before lifting one up and beginning to move through it. Yes, I thought so. Yes. Apparently, possibly, the beast is not a living creature. It may appear to be one, but it is not. It is a golem. Specifically a flesh golem, made from the pieces of dead corpses. However, it is not undead. It is animated through arcane means, not through negative energy. And according to this book, it is possible to control flesh golems.
Which means that he's not the guilty one, and whoever was controlling him is.
Possibly. For all we know, it is quite common for flesh golems to go wild. We have many cases of this happening, and even then, this beast has been cited doing at other places. With the horrible business in Hergstag, as well as those poor swampers in Morist.
Is there a way we could track traces of magic to see if he was?
I could not tell you yes or no there. I'm not really involved in any of this. All of my work has been going into trying to get all this back up again. If you're interested in the beast and the investigation and the trial, I'd recommend talking to one of the judges.
I'm more interested in this missing artifact now. Because if the beast has no idea anything about it, and if he was controlled, and the artifact was stolen, that means it has some importance to someone out there. Which means it probably does do something.
I can do some research into it if you wish.
Yes. I would love if you could do some research for me.
He'll nod. It's the least I can do for Loremore. It may take me a few days or weeks to get the necessary books and research materials. It's honestly been on a very low priority for me, but I will see what I can do to get this done while you take care of things in town.
That sounds good. And maybe we can even help out on fixing things. We do have a giant drake here who can lift, like, everything.
He's doing a chuckle.
Not so certain we would want Kravist assisting with this. His area of expertise is very firmly in the deconstruction of everything.
Everyone can learn. We'll just, like, tie his tail down.
Hang on a second.
Tail.
Yes, but you might wave it around and break more walls.
You're not going to tie his tail down. It might pop off.
If you're curious about this, if you're curious about the area, feel free to take a look around. I can lead you in.
Yes, let us go ahead and handle the returning of these books real fast. I would like to make sure that they are done.
So as he leads you guys in, I need you guys to make perception rolls, and then survival checks as well.
That's a natural 20 in perception for me, by the way.
By the way, I hate how the fact you guys have basically nothing in the stats, and yet you're able to make the fucking DC 20 survival check.
E.
Looking at you, Mr. Dacro.
It's about
Kurt,
time I
you
get
need
some
to
good rolls.
restart
Give me a
your-
break.
You need to restart your headset.
1 sec.
Travis, don't trip.
The reflex is to see if his tail hits anything.
Oh god, please no.
Okay, so, real quick, you guys. As you guys are led inside, the high-ceilinged workshop/library is lined with mostly empty shelves, and a trio of great leaded windows looks out over the university lawn. A staggering array of books, scrolls, maps, and curios, including shrunken heads, tribal masks, and bits of pottery, lie scattered all over the floor, apparently pulled from the shelves. The room is otherwise crowded with overturned tables, desks, and cabinets, as well as the broken wall. And there's a few other things, though. As you guys are looking through things, you can see that it's not just the wall that was broken. It looks like the back door, as you guys are walking in, you guys can notice that the back door was clearly forced open from the outside. And with those rolls, Dacro, Gunford, and Oberis, you guys can all see the remains of fine silver wire leading up to a tiny bell on the door, which was likely the material component used for an alarm spell. But you can, Dacro, you do see there are tracks of a large, heavy creature, and it was wearing iron-nailed boots. Specifically, you can see the imprints of the nails in the floor as you're going through here. That would not be common at all.
Has anyone realized these tracks and followed them?
It looks like the track started right by the door, and it started when the person came in here. Also, with your guys' rolls, there is the smell of beeswax lingering in the air here, as well as a few deep scratches on the wooden rail. and it looks like on the tiled floor near the sunken central area, right above the scratched rail, something heavy landed or fell there, right under where those scratches are. And despite the mess of the workshop, you guys can see that there's one area in the room that appears to be totally and completely untouched compared to the damage seen elsewhere in the entire department. And the professor would explain that this was the pedestal that held the Sea Sage Effigy. And it's so crowded with... It's crowded with small fetishes and delicate mother-of-pearl fish carvings around this pillar, and all of them are undamaged. The workshop's 3 windows have clearly not been opened for many years based on the buildup of grime. However, you can see that the center window has no grime on it at all.
Why is that? So that's either magic or someone probably wiped the grime away to look in.
Let's see.
Well, it has no grime on it at all. If someone was just wiping it away, it would probably just look like it was smudged away. But there's no grime in on it at all, so it's clearly been upkept.
But they say, the professor would tell you, that 6 of the soldiers for the town guard caught the beast here, and he never left. They brought him down here and took him to the jail cell in the main square where the blah, 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 blah. I can talk. I swear I can talk. Where the brain word come to me.
Prison?
No, it's not prison. It's where trials are held. The courthouse.
Yes.
So here's my question. Was the beast wearing iron tread boots?
Yes.
Okay.
And the beast just went along peacefully.
And wait,
Yes.
they started at the door, but not past it?
Yes.
So, like he was summoned.
You're not sure.
Because that's very odd. I'm gonna relay that the tracks just start and they don't they just start out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's difficult to find any traces outside. Most of that ground has been disturbed and messed around with all the construction going on. Is there any other questions you would want for these clues and such that you might want clarification on that someone might be able to tell you?
The scratches, they look like more claw marks or scratches as in something was dragged.
They look like scratches, like claw marks or nails or such, on the banister, but then something heavy fell on the floor underneath it.
Grievous is going to compare his claw size to the claw size of the scratches.
It would be, I believe, large size. So yes, it would be about your size.
So if it looks like something fell from the banister, does it look like signs of a struggle or battle?
Difficult to tell. It looks like something happened here though, because almost everything is basically ravaged and destroyed. And according to the guard's reports that he has, this thing was basically going wild and just destroying things left and right when the guards came upon it.
Then
There were signs of blood.
why was the altar left untouched?
They do not know.
How long would it be before I manage to rejoin the party?
He'd probably be arriving right about now.
Are there any signs of blood?
There's no signs of blood.
Hmm.
Any signs of blood for the person who can sense it?
No.
So, if this thing was left untouched, it was clearly taken for mysterious reasons, all this stuff, and you haven't started researching it to see why or what is going on with it.
The basic knowledge he has on it, he's not sure where it comes from, but he knows it's been part of the collection for many years. Physically, the effigy was a murky green statuette depicting a grotesque creature writhing with tentacles. He found it fascinating as it appeared to be an anomaly, an idol of the sort that didn't seem to correlate with the worship of any known divine being, and privately he thought that it depicted something whispered about only in the ancient legends of Galarian, some sort of creature from the mysterious Dark Tapestry, aka something basically from outer space. But he doesn't know anything that much. To be fair, it's very unique and distinct, so it should be fairly easy to recover, because anyone who tries to sell it, well, that would be the clear indication. It'd be fairly easy to find that. Even
So
in another like city.
It's a Cthulhu
So,
statue.
I think I know what it is.
What were you gonna say, Kravis?
Is it a Cthulhu statue?
Um,
Like, no, just for the
let me
planes.
see real quick. Hang on. I might have a picture actually for you guys. Give me a second. Let me
'Cause
see.
if it is what I think it is, I rolled knowledge planes.
I might have a picture of it. Let me see if I have a picture. It's either a picture in this book or it's in the next book. No, it's in book 4, sorry. Let me see if I have it or not.
Once Yggdrasi gets in, she will just shout into general nothingness about the young mages causing explosions.
It does not look like I have a image of the statuette in this book. So it'll probably be in book 4.
Well, given what we know of what it looks like, I attempt a knowledge planes check to see if I know anything more.
Sure, go for it. I don't think you can make the DC.
I got a nat 20.
Never trust a die.
Give me a second.
It still doesn't meet the DC. As far as I'm aware, you can't actually crit on a skill check.
No,
you crit
skill
on
checks
then?
don't seem to be critical.
Well, I can give a little bit for it.
I have no
This
clue.
is the image. I'm going to share it to you guys, and Zim can share it for me to everyone. It's shared. It's going to be shared in the Lord of Death. This is the image of the statuette. I had to go actually dig it up.
Oh, wow. That's definitely otherworldly.
Yeah, I'd have to say that fits otherworldly.
So why was it in a sea-based place? I know it looks somewhat octopusly, but
Calamari.
I don't know where the statuette comes from. That's one of the things I would have to research.
This thing looks
Well,
like
it
something
is
you'd
up
find
on the
a-
screen.
This thing looks like something you'd find on a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Again.
What?
Don't worry about it.
I heard nog.
You know, I want to cast Detect Magic, but it would just be yes. Was there magic here? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there was. Would I be able to use Arcana to possibly narrow down onto the area in particular that we're in?
No.
I
You
would
would
not.
need like to be able to see the actual magic and such.
That would make sense.
I thought Detect Magic was a multi-turn thing you could use. Moment.
Detect magic. First round, presence. Second round, number of different magical auras. Third round, strength and location of each aura.
Yeah.
So technically,
I say let's both channel our detect magic.
The originating strength. So if it's faint, it'll last 1d6 rounds. Moderate 1d6 minutes. Strong 1d6 times 10 minutes, or overwhelming 1d6 days.
Yes, it'd already be faded by this point.
So not overwhelming.
There'd be no sign of magic to you guys based on detect magic right now.
Okay.
In fact, it even says the specific power. So 3rd level and lower is faint. 4th to 6th is moderate. 7th to 9th is strong. And 10th level spells or above is overwhelming. And magic items is 5th or lower equivalent. 6 to 11 for moderate. 12 to 20 for strong, and 21st or above for overwhelming. So overwhelming is artifacts, deity levels, and epic campaign.
So, anything else you guys want to do at all?
Need help fixing stuff?
No, I think we have it quite handled.
Based on yelling, me think they not have handle.
Believe me, we can take care of this.
Could
This
you
is
show
quite
me?
simple work.
Could you show me where I could start researching this object? I'm not sure we can wait if the trial's gonna be soon.
I can handle the object.
Well, Barris, didn't you say something about a book?
Oh yeah, we need to turn in the books.
Who else do you have to deliver to? Oh.
Some
Zim
courthouse
is in
lady.
the bathroom right now, so
Oh, gotcha.
Some courthouse lady.
Yeah, Gunny
I
just
can't remember.
Gunny just defers to the others. He wasn't paying attention to that plot point.
I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name either, but I do know that I know the name.
yes, you would know the name, Judge Embreth Dermid.
Embreth Daramid.
Oh, the judge. If you need directions, I can give you directions to where her home is.
Yes, please.
Wouldn't they be
And-
currently in the courthouse with the giant Wickerman statues?
Not yet. The court is not in session at the moment. She would likely be at home at the moment.
Yes, according to the captain of the guard that I was speaking to before I came here, she should be in her villa, correct?
Yes.
And one last thing, I want to know if there's any classes on magic that I could take.
Yes, possibly. If you can pay the enrollment fee and everything.
Possibly?
Probably.
Most likely, actually. We are kind of rich.
Then we can see about that at a later date.
Okay.
anything you can teach Crevist?
I am not sure you're cut out for the arts of magic that we teach here.
You'd be surprised.
He's got some magic in him.
We've got the magic.
The magic, magic, magic. The magic, magic, magic. Woo!
You're a professor, correct? He says, addressing the individual.
Yes, I am.
Do you know if they teach enchanting at this school?
Of course we do.
Oh, I want that class too.
You do realize that it would be a year-long course, yes, for at least 4 to 5 years?
Well, if you have a class here, then you clearly have some form of individual who professes that competently.
It is
Yes, who
much
teach
more
classes.
difficult to teach someone enchanting that is not magically gifted from the beginning. You have to start from the ground and work your way up.
Is there like a rushed class we could do?
No, there is not.
I'm simply seeking a competent enchanter.
I'm just going to glare over at Gunford.
He looks back at you. What?
I am going to hold up my holy water cup of ever full holy water.
Oh my, you made this?
That's
Yes!
a chalice.
That is quite the talent, I must say. Fascinating work.
What? Why is his cup impressive?
It holds 2 gallons of holy water a day.
And it can create water. And not just that, as he kind of runs a hand over it. Holy water. Fascinating.
Oh, it's enchanted.
Yes!
Yes.
I didn't know you were an enchanter.
I'm just gonna bang my head on one of the uncracked walls.
I thought you'd bang it on something harder, like just Crevist's head.
No, I might hurt myself.
Can you enchant my armor?
Not yet, but I'm getting close. I haven't gotten to the breakthrough yet needed for armor. It's much more difficult than using, well, finer metals.
Then I still require a competent enchanter for enchanting armor.
Ouch. Do you have any books on enchanting I can check out?
I can see about getting you some from my personal collection.
Okay, thank you. Dakro is just depressed at all these barbs and insults Gunford's throwing. I'm incompetent, apparently.
Crevist wants that book as well, so he can throw it at Gunford.
Once it's thrown at Gunford, I would like to borrow it.
Could you please give me a thrown attack roll, Crevist?
Don't throw the book. He hasn't handed me a book yet. But you can throw the cup. I've got a cup, and it will get him wet. Very wet. 2 gallons of water wet.
You really want the barbarian with the hurler trait to make a thrown attack?
Yeah, I got a high AC.
Hurling attacks a touch.
Are they? That sucks.
Yep. Specifically hurling
Touch!
attacks.
But what bad AC?
You could always nat one.
Oh god. Oh god. How many of you, what's your guys' touch ACs, by the way?
You miss.
Touch AC?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your touch AC?
My touch AC is 12.
14.
Where's touch?
Kravis misses.
14.
No, I'm asking for something else. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm suddenly very scared for this party.
What's FF?
Flat-footed.
Ah.
So basically, flat-footed is you get your armor bonus but not your dex bonus, and touch is you get your dex bonus but not your armor bonus.
Huh.
Hey. So, I know he'll be quiet about this. But I want to share something while we're waiting for Zim. I want to share this with you, Jaffer. One of these and 6 of these. Good luck.
Just reading now.
Yum, 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 yum.
Not too worried about that. Other party members are going to be worried about it, but I'm not.
I'm so confused.
Don't worry about it. You're fine.
I know. I read Kravist.
That's not going to work the way. Alright. I'll share this one thing with you. Just this one. I'm not going to share everything with you. Just because I want to hear your reaction. Don't spoil what it is, though.
Oh. I don't even need to look at the page. I just need to look at the name. I hate those things. Yeah. So, I'm gonna die.
1d6 con drain per hit.
And you told
Oh.
me not to spoil.
I didn't say what it was. I just said that.
Isn't it a good thing Kravist has the restoration power on his healing?
Isn't it also a good thing I've got Bear's Endurance, so I can just buff everyone's con?
Yeah, this is the bad one. This is drain, not damage.
What's drain? What's drain?
Drain, you need a restoration spell, or greater restoration something to remove.
Ah.
Yep. Because it will permanently lower your stat for as long as it lasts. Until you get healed or through magic. Ability drain is the one that's really, really nasty. Does anyone have any questions while we're waiting for, because Zim has to go get Chim real quick, so he will be back.
Not that I can think of.
I think it can be about anything in the campaign. It doesn't have to be what you guys are doing right now.
I have a question about the tracks. Do they lead up
Yes.
to the balcony and then have them jumping off, or do they not go up there?
It looks like it's all over the place.
I'm not able to follow a direct path?
Nope.
Dang it.
Can I potentially find this enchanter that Gunny is interested in?
It'll be Aram at the end of the session.
I open a book.
It's almost like I want you guys to be level 5 before you guys go after the CR like 7 challenge.
Don't I?
Can Aram
Yeah,
do?
don't I learn enchanting at 5?
Aram will be able to. He's fine to take the feat at level 5.
Hmm.
Craft magic weapons and arms, or arms
So
and
he will be able to.
armor.
How far, like how high of a tier can you make armor and stuff then?
Once I have the
Do
feat,
caster level.
as well, no, caster level doesn't matter unless it's in the prerequisite.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just have a higher DC, which Hootie helps.
Well, if I had, like, let's say I wanted +1 armor, what do you do for that?
I need gold. I just need half the price of gold.
Basically, it depends on what you want to do. If you go onto the SRD, there is a thing for magic items and weapons and all the abilities that you can put onto them. And basically what it is he would need either the spell that would need to be able to use that ability, or he would just need the gold and the time to craft. And it's going to cost you half the price of whatever the item you want is. So if the item says it costs like 10,000 gold, he can make it for 5,000.
It still takes several days, though.
Yes. But it's much, much cheaper.
So what's stopping him from literally just making like +5 items right now?
How expensive it is.
That's it?
We don't have
literally
gold.
just expense?
Yeah.
That's literally it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
You don't know how much it costs, though, for that.
I mean, it's like several 100,000 gold, right?
Yeah.
+5 is 25 grand.
Oh, only 25?
So it'd be like 12.5, I think. I have to check
Yeah.
to see if there's a limit for forts.
That's not as much as that's doable.
I already suspect I know what abilities I want to get, and I think confirm.
Yeah.
The
Normally,
enchantment.
+5 would be 50k, but it'd be halved to 25k.
Oh, okay, then. Even just at 25k, that's doable.
You can also do a mix of like plus bonuses and special abilities, of which there's a lot of special abilities that you can add on.
Here's a question: can you re-enchant or move enchantments?
You can't move enchantments. You can, however, enchant objects that you have and add on more abilities.
That's what I'm going to be doing closer towards the end game.
Well, let's say you have like
item cannot exceed +10.
Oh, okay.
+5 in abilities, +5 for just the bonus of the weapon.
However, by the rules, you can go to +10 and have a +1 and just 9 worth of abilities.
Yes. But it can't exceed the +5 simple bonus to the attack and damage cannot go above +5. At least half of it will have to go to abilities.
So
But I'm not sure
you-
I'm going to want to now since I'm an incompetent enchanter.
well, can you enchant armor?
Yes, he can.
Eventually.
He
Like-
can't right now, so he's not competent in that yet. Once he can enchant armor, then he's competent in it, because then he can do it.
I'm just going to hug Kravis. He's my support Drake. He's my emotional support Drake.
I keep you off the streets.
I believe I'm large enough to hug him.
Brilliant energy weapons are so much fun. They ignore all armor and AC bonuses basically, and just basically go for your touch AC.
Energy weapons?
Brilliant energy weapons. They basically are weapons made of light, and they ignore all non-living matter. Armor and shield bonuses to AC are ignored and do not count against it.
I want one.
But a brilliant energy weapon cannot hurt undead, constructs, or objects, because it only hits living things.
I want one. Granted,
It is a
it's probably not
+4
gonna use it.
bonus to put on something.
So here's my question. What if you had a brilliant, whatever it's called, weapon, that was also a force weapon or ghost touch weapon?
The brilliant blade wouldn't be able to touch them. It doesn't hurt unliving objects.
Even with ghost touch or force?
I'd have to double check specifically how it goes. I don't believe so, though.
My
Okay.
blade will touch all.
Next question. If I put fire enchant and an ice enchant on it, do I get blast damage?
No, you just get fire damage and ice damage.
Jack
This is
forgot
not-
my reference.
And besides, if you're going to do that, it should be toxin and ice.
No. Well, it would be useful, but I'd prefer to have toxin and electric.
What are we talking about?
While toxin electric is fun, I use toxin ice on my lens because it procs on the first hit.
With the ice?
So
I-
the ice automatically occurs, and then you get
Yeah.
the viral on that first proc. So their health is halved when the detonation goes off.
I do the ice and then I do the fire ice. That way they're stuck in the slow-mo animation of falling down and getting up for me to just kill them.
I suppose, yeah, I use the lens and like, hey, your health is halved. Oh, my lens also has like this 301% crit chance.
I use the Mutilus Theranos more because its clouds automatically do viral damage, and then I just stack on so many statuses, and it makes my condition overload go crazy.
I
Oh,
have no
we're
clue what they're
talking about Space
about.
Ninja things. Space
Hmm.
Ninjas.
Oh, okay. I follow along now.
The second he said fire and ice, I'm like, is he talking about blast?
Yes. The most fun of all elemental combinations. And you cannot deny that.
I've got blast on one of my shotguns. What was Gara's shotgun? The automatic one that explodes in explodes in damage.
The glass shotgun.
You know
like
the one I'm
the-
talking about.
Yeah, it's like the Asta something.
The Steel, oh yeah, something like that. But I've got that on my Wisp that's running max power strength. So
Tigris Prime is the Tigris Prime is the best shotgun ever.
Still, I might actually give it a run for its money on this one because I can empty the entire magazine in less than a second because stupid amounts of bonuses from Wisp.
I could do
And-
that with the Boar Prime, and when you get the Void Energy Corruption on that, it's just wall of bullets.
Well, this is a wall of shards that combined with their inbuilt flash proc and the blast, they fall down, and by the time they get up, the flash has killed them.
That's why I like the Tigris. It does massive amounts of slash damage. And of course, for some reason, its spread is so tight you can snipe across the map with it. You should not be able to do that with a shotgun.
Corinth can also do that.
The Corinth is awesome.
I mean, I've got a pretty cool Corinth Prime ribbon.
I just prefer the Tigris because it was one of the first weapons I worked hard to get. I had to get myself to level 13 to be able to buy it. And it looks so nice, the wooden stock and everything. And then Tigris Prime came out and it doesn't look as nice, but it's so much stronger. And I hate that it's so much stronger. I know, I'm weird.
You're good.
I'm just trying to find my Corinth.
I've been trying to unlock the the Kuva weapons lately, and I got a Kuva Nukor for my Larvos, my alchemist frame, and it murders because there's so many statuses constantly. I'm taking down the level 100 to 200 enemies instantly.
Nice.
Here's my Corinth Ribbon. Plus 90% ammo maximum, so I never run out of ammo. Plus 93% crit chance, plus 100% cold damage, and minus 78% status duration on a blast weapon
God.
that is instant.
Oh, I need to show you my my ribbon for my Mutilus Cernos.
Oh, I think I have a Mutilus Cernos Ribbon that's absolutely insane stupid.
Mine is insane stupid. Mine turned the Mutilus Cernos from an okay weapon into the most powerful weapon in my arsenal. Sorry.
Mine is stupid, not for the fact that it's good, but for the fact that it is so stupid.
I
So-
had...
Mine's 117% multi-shot, plus 82% fire rate, plus 123% status duration, minus 98.6% projectile speed.
You got the slowest moving arrows!
You can outrun the arrows.
I had a ribbon for my Ak Magnus, which were my favorite pistols ever. That did negative 200% damage. I was healing enemies with every shot. Like, literally healing them.
I've done one of those builds. I actually managed to kill Stalker that way. I healed him so much I overflowed his health into negatives and he died.
You could do that?
Yes, you need to overflow them to like several billion health because it's a 16-bit integer.
Me and one of my friends, in my clan, we ended up, working with his Opticore and my Gara, or Garuda, that was it, to, get over 1 billion damage. And when you get to damage counters that high, it doesn't show it, it has an ME.
Yep.
It's amazing.
I mean, one of my favorite weapons of all time. It's not viable. But the Velt.
The Velt?
The single shot slash rifle.
Single shot slash...
VELDT.
I don't know that one.
Like, it's a great weapon.
Okay, here is my Mutilus Cernos Riven. 122.3% cold damage, 110.7% multi-shot, 193.4% damage, minus 97.4% status chance. Which doesn't matter because the clouds have 100% guaranteed status chance at all times. So it has no negatives. We need to get together and play sometime.
We should. So I've just sent you in Discord the Velt.
I like how this has turned into Warframe game time.
And my
Valid.
Riven for the Velt is even more insane. Plus 177% slash. Plus 245% crit chance. And plus 57% weapon recoil.
Ooh.
On a weapon you don't feel recoil on.
Basically, you got the best Riven for a Vectus Prime. For another sniper rifle.
You guys are really making me want to play again.
It
Good.
works brilliantly for the Veld. Like, I love my Veld. And with this Riven, it becomes a viable weapon. Like, I can actually take it into fights.
I kind of want the
this
Velt. I really want the Velt now. Oh, do you know the sniper rifle of infinite punch through? I want a Riven for that.
I think I have one. It's the Zenith, is it?
The Zenith, yeah.
Yes,
I
I
want
have a
one.
Zenith. 123% crit damage and plus 60% fire rate.
I will trade you a Riven for that.
Do you have a Zenith?
Yes, I love the Zenith.
You know what? While we're waiting for Zim, log in.
I am doing so.
Assuming my game is talking. I have so many Rivens that I don't even know anymore.
I'm now downloading Warframe again
Yes.
on my new baby computer.
Sorry,
People
viewers.
in
This is
chat-
going to be Warframe stream for now.
People in the chat, you need to convince Zim to play Warframe with us.
It's free.
We can show the baby noob how to be a space ninja.
Okay, I'm going to say, it's free. I also have a crap ton of Prime stuff I can just give him.
Oh, I've
Speaking
got
which,
plenty
if
of Prime stuff. I
if
think
I'm
I've
gonna
been playing
trade-
longer than you.
Hi, as new person, can I has hug? I have Ash Prime, and I have what's his name? He does the infecting thingies. I can't remember his name.
Nidus?
Nidus.
It might be Nidus, yeah. I think I have him if
Or
I remember
Saren.
right. No, he's the infected Tenno.
Okay, yeah, that's Nidus. Oh wait, unless that's Inaros.
No, I think Nidus is the right name. That name rings the bell to me. It's been a long time since I've played, but I played a whole 63 hours.
I'm just sitting here like.
what am I on Steam? 2,917 hours.
Does it have
Well,
my hours? 2,874.
I win.
I've played 63 hours. I played this game back before it was cool, though. I played it all the way back when it was in beta.
I played in
Same.
beta. I played slightly after that, and I played again recently, and I've never found the game fun.
I've played after beta, but I've been playing ever since.
Wow, the beta was so bad, though. It was really rough. And then when I restarted playing after Aram got me into it again, and I'm playing the game, it's like, oh my god, this feels like a totally different game. This is fucking amazing.
I need you to play with me more.
The game
I'm
definitely
down.
feels
I'm
like it updated, but it feels like the same game.
It feels a lot better when you're actually playing with people, though.
I was playing with people. The only reason I ever played all 3 times were because friends got me into it, and I played and I just was not having fun.
I've always enjoyed it, but
I don't know why, I just don't find the game fun. And I love other shooter games like Borderlands and stuff like that, and the game feels similar to Borderlands, but just I don't know why, the Warframe's just not fun to me.
I'm one of those players, though, of I like the quest for better pants.
You are a fashion framer.
No, I play Diablo, and I will grind literally hours and hours and hours just for a pair of pants that has slightly better stats.
Oh, I'll do that too, but again, Warframe don't do it for me.
Aram, we can't hear you if you were talking.
I wasn't.
Okay.
I legitimately can't pin it. Everything about Warframe, especially all the hype about it, says that I should like and enjoy Warframe. It even gives you dog.
Hang on a second.
You're
Okay,
just
what I
not a
miss?
space ninja. The stream has moved over to Frame now.
Yeah, we're waiting for you so we can go hand the book back to the trial person. We've literally not progressed at all.
Ah, Well, let's go.
We were told to wait for you, so we did.
Sure.
Yes. What's up?
Let's go.
I was waiting for you to sit down and settled.
I am. Let's go.
Okay. So, as you guys head off, sorry about that. We were keeping everyone enjoying Warframe talk. As you guys head off towards Judge Embrith Daramid's house.
Woo!
Let me see real quick. You already made these things, so I'm not going to make you do those. You know that already. Let me see if I have a picture of her real quick. Okay, nope, I do not. So as you guys arrive at her villa, there's a very, very fine townhouse surrounded by art. It's right outside the center of Lepidstot, actually. It's very near the courthouse. And she is one of the justices and magistrates of Lepidstot, basically one of the judges. And you are greeted by a halfling at the door. The little man looks up at you. He's dressed in a very fine butler outfit, and he seems to not even blink as he sees Kravis, Dacro, and Oberys, before simply nodding his head slightly. The mistress will see you in her study. And he is going to wave and beckon you guys to follow.
I am just confused. I'm used to people, giving. So, Kravis, try not to eat him. I'm just joking, of course. I want to see if that affects him.
Oberys will follow, prim and proper as always.
Ooh, I do have artwork of her. Let me share it real quick. And as you guys enter the sitting room, you can see a woman in her 60s sitting down, dressed just like this.
That's 60s?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks more like 90s.
Nope, she is in her mid-60s according to her information.
Is she a
See,
lich?
she got the opposite of a potion of youth.
You gotta remember,
She
this
found
is medieval days where, they kind of got decrepit a bit sooner.
I thought they just died
I'm
sooner.
sorry.
I didn't think they got decrepit sooner.
I'm sorry, but in the day and age where you can use magic to change your form and heal wounds instantaneously, I think
How
she
many
should
of
look a lot
those?
younger.
How many of those actually prolong life?
None.
Isn't there one that literally makes it so you don't have to eat or drink?
There's a ring that can do that, yes.
But
Ring
there's
assistance.
nothing that actually will stop you from dying of old age, except for, something extreme like becoming a lich.
Or
There's spells for
Level 20 monk.
There is items. There's something called the Sundawn Elixir.
youthful appearance. There's also wizen appearance, which I think is what she's using.
There are items that can help someone survive the test of time. But as you guys come in, she is sitting there, a very stern look on her face, as she just nods slightly. Laramir's people. Come, hurry. We have business to discuss. Please, everyone, make a sense motive check for me.
Oh dear. Yes, we have business to discuss. You're doomed! It was a 26 too.
Okay, Gunford and Yggdrasi, both of you notice that despite her stern, basically dismissive tone that she's using with you guys can sense that the fact that Lorimor is dead is very much weighing on her, and she's trying her best to hide it
Wait,
by
did we
being this
mention that?
taciturn person. What's up?
Did we mention that?
No, she knows.
It was in his will.
Yeah, she's the one who had the will.
Oh, okay.
She's the person who's supposed to pay you now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was one of his old friends, which is why she was trusted with it. Come. Sit. We have much to discuss and very little time to do so.
Then he just clank, 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 clunk.
I'm just gonna like sit on Kravis' lap because he's probably just sitting on the floor.
She's going to lift her hands and clap twice, and as she does so, the little halfling from before appears, pushing a tray filled with both tea and small delicacies to have. After all, one does not treat guests without proper refreshments.
If I may ask a question.
Yes?
You seem troubled.
She pauses for a moment, as though considering. Did you complete Lorimor's will as he asked?
Who?
We completed it and more.
Well, I trust you have something for me.
Whoever has the book.
Oberys
Oh, yes,
will hand
Oberys.
over the book.
That's right, Oberys. Didn't you mention something about a will?
She will reach out and take the book, checking over it for a little bit. Yes. The Order of the Palette. Yes, this is it. And she will set it on the table at her side. And she will clap her hands again as the halfling will return and begin setting out sacks in front of each of you. Each sack will have the sum of 100 platinum pieces in it each. 1 platinum piece is worth 10 gold pieces.
So 1,000 gold, basically.
1,000 gold, basically.
Woo!
Once that is done, she's going to give a soft sigh and kind of sit back in her chair, and you kind of see her demeanor shift a little bit. Not completely, but a little bit more unguarded. Lorimor was a very close and dear friend of mine. It troubles me that something happened to him.
Hmm. And then
Well,
just
his death
gives a
wasn't in
nod.
vain. We made sure of that.
I'm afraid I don't know all that much that happened around his death, though I had tried to make inquiries. But Petros seemed to trust all of you if he was willing to include some of you in his will. So, perhaps you may assist me in something.
But I
What-
certainly don't believe
what
I
would
was
you like
included in the
assistance in?
will.
She sighs, kind of crosses her hands over her lap as though she's considering what she wants to say. I believe there is a cancer here in Lepidstot. A darkness that is hiding behind the shadow of a scapegoat. For many years, the people of Lepidstot have laid all of their ills at the door of a creature known as the Beast of Lepidstot. Murders, thefts, terror, all of these have been attributed to this creature, but Many of these stories are exaggerations or simply untrue. Believe me, I know. I've tried many of those who are responsible for such things. But there has also been stories about the kindness and humanity that the Beast of Lepidstot has shown at times, helping people rescue loved ones or saving those who are in distress. And I believe that those tales were confirmed. That this beast has done good for our community and for the communities around it. And I believe it is time that such kindness should be repaid. But it seems that no one here in town believes in such justice. I, myself, believe in justice, in the rule of law. Without that, we are little more than animals. But I fear that the beast will not receive a fair trial. The people of Lepidstot have blamed the beast for too much and for too long, and they want to see it pay for its crimes, both real and imagined. She shakes her head, sighing softly. Now that the beast has been apprehended, clearly breaking and entering into an area, then that's all the excuse that they need. But I believe that its capture was not at all what it appeared to be. Why would such a creature knowingly enter the university where it was certain to be trapped and captured?
Well, we
But-
did find out one thing.
Oh,
It's apparently a flesh golem, or at least very likely to be.
she nods slightly. I have some information on such topics. With the roll that you guys made, Gunford and Yggdrazi, you see her eyes for a split second move over and look at the book before looking back at you guys.
The book
However,
we gave her?
Yes.
Okay.
However, as one of the 3 justices on this trial, I cannot publicly announce my suspicions. Both, it would put me at risk professionally, politically, and if someone truly is out to keep a secret, physically as well. I cannot openly intervene here to help the beast as one of the people on the trial, one of the 3 justices. I cannot be seen as taking one side or the other. I must be impartial. No matter what I believe, I must follow the evidence as it is presented. But I do not believe that this beast will be given a fair trial. I do not believe that anyone will be looking for evidence to exonerate the real creature. That they will look for the real truth about its alleged crimes. And, well, I'm afraid to say Gustav Kappeli, the legally appointed advocate for the beast, is well over in his head and is in need of very much assistance. He needs
Us
help
as
to gather.
outsiders.
She nods slightly. I do not believe that he would be best to represent the beast in court. He is far too new, far too green for such a case. I was quite upset when he was announced to be the one, and believe me, he looked like he was about ready to faint, honestly. But the one who would be such a speaker for the beast must both be brave and have a silver tongue to match their guile. Because otherwise, if the beast is guilty, there's nothing I can do to save it other than know that I tried to give it a fair trial. But if the evidence says that the beast is innocent, then I will see to it that the creature is set free.
Then we'll have to prove his innocence.
This is a lot
If
to
you-
take in, but yes, if you have some actual evidence that or clues that we might be able to pursue, then we could absolutely take action.
I do not have very much information. The barrister would have more. He is in charge of setting up the beast. However, I can give you some information. And I can direct you around some areas that may assist you. However, beforehand, I must simply state that I am not going to make you work for nothing. If you do this for me, each of you will be given 200 platinum pieces at the end of the investigation when the case is closed.
Question.
Yes.
Do you believe that book carries valuable knowledge? He says as he kind of gestures over to the book she glanced at momentarily.
She's going to chuckle slightly. There's a sly little star face as one of her hands reaches out and touches the book. Perhaps if you can succeed in this for me, we can discuss matters further afterwards. But yes, there is something to this book. And, well, my dear friend Lorimore trusted you. I wish to do the same here. I wish for you to give a fair trial to the Beast of Lepidstot. However, I must tell you that I will also deny any involvement in this matter if it comes up. I cannot have my legal objectivity questioned in this. But I would be very grateful if you would do this for me. I can see to it that you can enter the courthouse as you wish and get you registered as volunteer defenders for the beast.
Defend beast?
Yes, we're defending the beast.
Okay.
She's going to chuckle. I would recommend he not be the speaker for you.
I don't know. He's very persuasive.
I believe
Try.
I believe that I shall take the position of speaker.
You guys understand? Kravis defending
A timely
the
reappearance.
beast.
The dungeon
He's gonna take that
awaits.
literally. Like, even if he's found guilty, he ain't gonna be going in the Wicker Beast.
At least not while Kravist is alive.
She's going to nod. She's going to clap her hands, and the servant will return once again with a letter which she will take, and she will offer to Oberys. Take this to the courthouse and show it to the guards. They will allow you in and have you registered. Go and see Gustav. He is in the defense chambers normally, and talk with him and see about getting a defense set up.
Absolutely. We shall make for the courthouse post-haste.
If there is anything that you need, see to my manservant here. He can give you a little bit of assistance. If you need to speak to me, please do it discreetly. I cannot be seen assisting in this case. But if there is something that is going against the rule of law and justice, then I must take a stand against it.
Understood. It is the honorable thing to do.
Gustav should have the information of the charges against the beast and can likely give you help with where to go. There are 3 areas, though, that I know of, though I recommend focusing on 2 at first. There are a dealings of death with some swampers over in Moras nearby, and there was the incident in Hergstag where almost the entire population was killed. I would say focus on those 2 first. They will come up first, and then afterwards focus on the 3rd charge.
What is the 3rd charge? Are they breaking and entering, or the theft?
Let me find it real quick. Specifically, the 3 charges for the crimes are the murder of 10 citizens in the village of Morast a year ago, the slaying of the farming community of Hergstag 7 months ago, and an arson attack 4 months ago at the sanctuary on Carb Island, which resulted in the deaths of Dr. Barada and his patients, and the blinding of the doctor's assistant, Carl. Those are the three main charges against the beast.
Were bodies recovered from these incidents? Or are
She
they
shakes her head
presumed
slightly.
dead?
I do not have that information at the moment. Gustav would likely have the information from the witnesses and any evidence that was gathered. Though, if you need to, feel free. There are some time before the case is supposed to start where you guys can go and gather evidence for each one if you wish to. Gustav is not necessarily the greatest defendant. I doubt that he would do more than what was strictly necessary, and he would not leave town to do it.
If I may inquire,
Yes,
how soon will we be able to speak with the beast?
you could do so now.
Good.
I would recommend speaking to Gustav first, and then he can take you to the beast.
Very well. I definitely want to speak with the beast first, though. Get some of its information. Maybe it knows a few things about some of the incidents, especially if he was present.
She will nod. Then I shall not keep you. And she will dismiss you guys from her presence.
I am the one that dismisses people from my presence.
I'm just gonna start pushing Olberis out the door. Ignore him. He's not right in the head.
That was not in character.
Now,
Nope.
Just Olberis goes over to a chair, breaks it over a table, throws the remains of the chair, hulks out.
So do you guys head to the prison then? Or sorry, the courthouse?
That's what Gunny said.
All right.
Absolutely.
When you guys present the note, you guys are allowed in. Each of you are given a respectful nod from the sergeant.
Gunny respectfully nods back.
Specifically to Yggdrasi, especially when they come by. And you guys are led by two of the guards to the defense chamber towards the back of the courthouse. It's basically behind the court. It's one of the private chambers. And here you can see a man in a very large powdered wig. He's not wearing it in the picture, but this is him. This is Gustav Capelli.
And this is his current defense?
Yes, this is his current defender.
7-foot plate armored man walks up to him and presumably looks down at him.
Hello. What are you doing
Do
here?
not mind my companion here. I am Olberis of Fieldclair, and we were sent here to assist with the defense of the Beast of Lepidstot.
Defense? There's not much to defend.
Travis, I think you should wait outside. He's having trouble speaking with you here.
I'm sorry. It's my stutter when I get nervous.
That is all right, my man. You are safe amongst us. We are here to aid you. What do you have? What evidence is being brought forth? And are there any bodies that have actually been recovered from these attacks?
There have been bodies, yes. I interviewed the main witnesses, but there's no evidence to say that it was not the beast. All of their studies say that the beast was the one responsible. But if you could go and attempt to find evidence, then that could help. But the trial has already started. Tomorrow we're supposed to present evidence. It's over the next three days.
Didn't the judge tell us that we had a few days to gather the evidence?
Well, new
This is
evidence
out of
can come to
character.
light during a court case.
That's what she thought.
Ah. We were informed that it was several days yet before the proceedings were to begin.
That's what I thought too, but no. Apparently, I just received a notice less than a half hour ago that the trial was being moved up to starting tomorrow.
They're eager to slay this beast. Can you take us to him?
Yes, I can. If you're going to look for evidence, I would recommend traveling to Morast first. That's where the first day's evidence supposed to be. That's where we're going to be going over tomorrow. And then over the next 2 nights, you can check the next 2. It's going to go in order: Morast, then Herkstag, then Sanctuary over the next 3 days.
Very
So
well.
basically, you have 1 night to investigate each location. Did you say something? You cut out.
I was talking to Chin.
Hello? Oh, okay, sorry. So is there anything that you guys wish to ask the barrister about?
What evidence against the beast?
Hello?
So, you stated that there have been bodies recovered from every incident, or no?
To my knowledge, yes. But they've already long since been buried. The most recent one was 4 months ago.
Very well, then we shall want to examine the reports on the bodies.
If I may.
Yes, Gunford.
What evidence do they have against this beast to make it little more than a scapegoat? They all have trials and supposed claims, but I'd assume they'd need some form of evidence besides simple fear-mongering.
Let me see what he can tell you on that. Okay, so I'm trying to see if I can find the information here for what it is.
seems we've stumped the DM, so that means we get to level up, right?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
Soon.
So for this one, it seems to be what he would relay to you guys is mostly witnesses are what they have. For the murders in Morast, the deaths in Hergstag, and the burning of the chapel is basically what the prosecution is using as their primary evidence. What you guys would need, basically what he kind of explains is you guys would need evidence basically proving that the witnesses are wrong and showing why they are wrong.
Welcome to 12 Angry Men D&D edition.
That can't be too hard.
The first case would be in Morast, which is about an hour's ride away from here, in the swamps nearby.
Oh, the swamps again.
And it is there that he was accused of killing 10 people in the village. But is there anything else you guys want to... Yep, 10 people. The village only has 62 population. It's a very, very small village.
Yes, Drazi would like to examine the beast, I suppose.
Oh,
As
right.
of yet, nobody has, or I do not believe anybody has examined it.
If you guys want to go, then you guys will be led down to the cellar jail underneath the courthouse. And here you will see the Beast of Lepidstot. Let me share the picture real quick.
As I put Stream Raiders up in front so nobody will be able to see it. Oops.
Have the
And-
guards let us come down with our weapons?
Yes.
It's a very nice mofo.
They too scared to try and disarm Kravist?
No, you guys are considered to be part of the trial now.
So we're allowed weapons.
Yes.
Not to mention the fact that they would probably realize that the only way to actually disarm Kravist is to actually remove his arms.
And tail. And jaw.
And tail and jaw, yeah.
And blood.
You're my weapon.
Now I'm just imagining Kravist lifting somebody up in the air, using their blood, and then just smacking them against enemies.
Oh god, he's a bloodbender!
Yes, that's
Hell,
exactly
needs
what
to
he
be.
is!
I am a bloodbender. I get the ability to throw opponents. Literally pick them up by their blood and throw them around at level 7. Why do you think I took the hurler trait? Because now I get to hit. Now I get these throwing attacks with their body, and I can combine it with hurler to do touch AC.
I thought you got hurler so you could throw me.
That as well. Hurler is a really good option for me for this character because I can double it up and use it
Hold on.
so many ways.
Back up a bit. So you
Yes?
are telling me that this head mounted on the wall is being accused of
No.
all of this?
No, that's just the picture of its face.
Where's the
He
picture of the
clearly
body?
has no body.
A towering abomination sits in an iron chair, bound with no less than a dozen sets of manacles, stitching holds together this grotesque patchwork of flesh and bone, beast and man. Though the wires are so taut, they look as though they may fly apart any moment. Its mouth is twisted in a permanent sneer, and a shock of lank, dark hair clings to its scalp. The creature slumps in its chair, a despondent expression upon its monstrous face.
Gunny walks up to whatever kind of cage it is, and with his gauntleted hand, knocks on one of the bars to try and draw its attention.
It lets out a roar as its head shoots up, begins to pull and strain against its bonds.
Revista's gonna roar back.
Make an intimidate check.
It'd be good.
The creature pauses and flinches.
None of that is necessary. For lack of a better name, Mr. Beast. I am Alberis Fieldclair. Can you speak?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yes, we're here to prove that.
That
They
is
hurt.
Go ahead.
Oh no, that's what he said. They hurt.
We are here to aid in defending you. However, we will need any information or clues that you may be able to provide for us to actually do our job. Would you care to tell us your side of the story?
By the way, is he standing or is he in a
He's
down
strapped to a
strapped-
chair.
strapped to a chair?
That was
Okay.
mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Do his boots match the treads?
Yes. He's
Dang
going
it.
to pause, and he's going to look at Alberis a little bit confused that he's being treated so kindly. Before he kind of speaks again, a little bit quieter. I wander swamp, then wake up in chains, and not know how I got there. Then they hurt me and strapped me and beat me, and I didn't do nothing.
Can I detect magic on him?
Yes, he detects his magic.
I'm going to charge it to find out what magic.
It would be abjuration magic, I believe it is for this one.
Abjuration. I'm guessing because he's a created
He's a golem. Yeah.
flesh golem.
Yep, he's a golem.
No other magic on him.
Not that you can see.
Dang it.
Normally, we absolutely detect that he is not really supposed to be there.
Oh, he's a golem.
So
I understand that you were apprehended, and I do apologize for the way you have been treated. I do hope that you do not hold it against those that do not deserve it. Can you tell me anything regarding the first one is the swamp, right?
Yep.
Okay. Regarding the murders in the swamp, do you know
He's gonna shake.
anything?
He's gonna shake his head at that. Me not there. Me not do it. They say I hurt people. I didn't. I don't go close peoples.
Sense motive?
100% telling the truth.
Okay. And the next one is the farmers.
Yes, the village of Herkstag.
He's basically going to ask the same question for each of the charges.
Okay, give me a second there, because this will change something. The beast is kind of gonna flinch a little bit. It's going to look almost visibly upset. Its face is tight. Its face tightening, the stitching pulling back its jaws into a grimace as it begins to mutter a name. Elisa, Elisa, Elisa,
Who's Elisa?
Elisa.
What can you tell us about this Elisa?
She, my friend. I live by lake, and she came and went, but then children were hurt. They stopped moving by a ghost who took their souls and walks at night. I found Elisa dead, and I take her back to village to tell about ghost, but they attacked and made me leave. But Elisa, I, and then a whole village attacked by ghosts took their souls, and nothing left. I go after ghosts, but my hands just go through when I try to hurt it.
Where did this ghost go?
In cave above village.
Is there anything defining about the cave that you could describe to us so we might be able to locate it and be sure that this is the one that we need to investigate?
Only cave. Big cave. Can't miss. Above village.
Thank you very much. And then, what was the third one again?
That was a hospital on an island. The chapel.
Real quick, side note.
Before we move on to that, I was going to ask a question.
Yes.
Before your question, real quick, I have a very important question for Jaffer. Why do you want to know if a flesh golem can contract lycanthropy?
Just a theory.
Oh, I thought you were planning something. Okay, carry on, Yggdrasi.
Ravist bites.
Anyway, by any chance, the ghost, would I be able to roll a knowledge plane to see if they
Knowledge religion.
hit a religion?
Yes, it'd be knowledge religion for undead.
Aha.
So real quick in regards to that question Jeffrey just asked, is lycanthropy a curse or a disease in this world?
It is a bit of both.
So, potentially yes.
Yggdrasi without roll, based on the way he's describing it, that takes souls and such, this sounds like, as he goes in a little bit more description about what he saw in the cave, seeing the shadowy forms of the children that had died, as well as some of the people, this sounds like it is a wraith. Wraiths are very deadly creatures. They kill you without actually doing any harm to your body. Their touch literally drains the life out of you and heals and rejuvenates them. And if they kill you, your soul will rise as a wraith bound to the one that killed you until it is destroyed.
So a wraith that would kill someone would then ultimately create an army of wraiths?
Yup.
What we need to do is find the Alpha Wraith, go kill it, and that will solve all of the Wraith problems.
If you kill the Alpha Wraith, every Wraith that it has created will become an independent, fully powered Wraith.
So we have to kill the mini wraiths too.
The mini Wraiths will become full-blown, powerful Wraiths once their progenitor is killed and they are freed.
So kill the mini wraiths before the alpha wraith, not the other way around.
Grapes of Wraith.
Do we know their weakness?
Sunlight. They cannot stand sunlight.
I'm going to need to buy some sunlight scrolls.
It needs to be natural sunlight.
I thought the spell Sunlight specifically said it affects creatures. It's as real sunlight.
Daylight won't do that. Let me see. I think there is a high-level spell that will do that, but Daylight I don't believe will do it.
Grab the spell, let's go through it.
I'm looking.
Despite saying this spell is not the equivalent of Daylight for the purposes of creatures that are damaged or destroyed by such light. You would need natural sunlight to actually hurt them.
Don't get me
I
wrong,
was
that probably
thinking
still
of
fits
a
more.
higher level one. Because I know there is a spell that does do that.
Yeah, I know. I think there's like a 6th level spell that will do it.
So I want that.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if this town has a wizard that can cast 6th level spells.
We just need a scroll.
Yeah, and we would need a mage to transcribe that onto a scroll for us, wouldn't we?
Or buy it, if they had it. They do not have that high of casting here in the city, though.
With a mage's school?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Toshime brings up a good point. Toshime can just ethereal influence their exalted character into here, and boom, problem solved.
Yes, technically that would work. Though you guys technically got some help with that issue. Thanks to Jaffer.
Oh. Ah.
Well then, the best other thing I can think of is we need to fight it in the day, and if we can't get it out of the cave, then we'd have to open up the roof.
Well, we can figure that when we can cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, are there any more questions for
Yeah.
the beast?
It was just a question about the hospital.
Not me. Me no there. Me not know.
Do we know the time frames between each incident?
10 months for the first, 7 months for the second, and then 4 months ago for the third.
So that's, in theory, more than enough time for a creature of the golem size to reach the different areas. Or is this like an
Oh,
extraordinary
you could make it to all 3 areas in like an hour of walking.
They're suburbs.
How long ago did the golem get show up in the...
It was like 3 days ago he was captured.
Alright, I've got a theory then. Would we be able to use detect magic to specifically try to see if he has been recently teleported? Because that would leave a distinct signature, I'm sure.
Make a spellcraft check.
Haha. I was hoping for that.
There's no sign of teleportation magic, though with Alberis's assistance there, you do make the DC of, it looks like there was some type of compulsion magic used. You can see the traces of some type of compulsion magic. But you do not know the spell.
I do believe that we should definitely have that written down and have a third party come to confirm that the compulsion magic is in fact had recently cast on the golem.
I can see to that for you.
If nothing else, we can, even if the golem would be guilty, we can also prove that it was not amongst their own free will.
He'll nod. I can see what I can do.
For now, that would satisfy my curiosity regarding the magics that could have been cast.
I will take that down as a note. Because that will matter later on.
Does anyone have any more questions?
Yeah, what's for lunch? Or dinner, whatever time it is.
About lunchtime right now.
I believe we have time for a short lunch break. Before we do head, we do need to make our way to the first charge location as soon as possible. Oberis will pull out one of his rations and offer it to the beast.
I had some more
He's
questions for you.
Going to stare at it for a few moments in confusion before slowly reach out and try to eat it.
He will make it as easy as he can. I'm not sure how close we can actually get.
You can reach him.
Okay. I'm uncertain if they have fed you here, but based on everything I've seen, hopefully this will, help you a little.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, nice person.
Does the beast have claws on his hands?
Yes.
Kravis is going to compare the size of his claws to the size of the beast's claws.
They are about the same size.
You'll make scratch in library? Or in book place?
Me no remember.
Oh, thank you,
One moment
Toshime.
in swamp.
Sorry, go ahead.
One moment in swamp, next in chains, being dragged and hurt.
Or size same. Maybe you in book place.
Woke up in book place. Don't know how I got there.
I do have 2 more questions. One of which I
Okay.
was going to ask earlier, and then I forgot. But Toshime just reminded me. Also, Toshime posted in chat that Kerr will remember this. So first off, what is your name? Do you
I-
have one?
I don't have one. No, remember.
Understandable. Do you wish to be called something?
He gives a small shrug.
Very well. And then I forgot the second question I was going to ask. Oh, yes! Do you know who created you?
He just stays quiet.
This would very potentially be very important to clearing your name. If you do know, please, I implore that you tell us.
Does he know and is he not telling us, or does he not know?
He is very much not saying anything. He seems to know, but he's just not saying anything.
2 natural 20s on...
So, 35 in diplomacy to get the name of his creator.
He shakes his head.
This game does not have the red rule!
Actually, yes, it
Objection!
says specific. It says specifically in his stat block he does not tell you who his master is until at least after the trial, depending on how he's treated.
Objection!
In that case, could we redirect that question to how long ago he was created to get an idea?
He doesn't remember. He's just been.
I have another question for you regarding the first and third incident. The ones you say you know nothing about.
Yes.
Do you know the locations at least? You say you wander the swamp. Surely you know of where they are.
He will give a slow nod.
Do you know of any other beasts or anything in those areas? Things that may be dangerous for the village.
He's going to nod at that.
What things they may potentially be responsible for?
Monsters, bad things.
Any
Seen them
no-
before.
Any you know of in particular? Perhaps
He'll
ones
shake
that
his
could-
head.
Hmm.
This creature is like a very young child, is what you guys can kind of gather from it.
Its intelligence level is Crevice level.
Yeah.
Yeah, but intelligence and knowledge are 2 different things. Like he can know
knowledge is-
of he can know of bad beast over here in X location without being smart. So that's just what Gunny's going for. He's like, is there something else there that is probably doing this shit and they're just blaming you?
He doesn't know.
Okay.
One more thing from Crevice's side is, well, one, does the beast have blood? Being a flesh
Yes.
golem, I'm thinking yes. And
Yes.
is he injured?
Yes.
In that case, Heals 15 hit points.
Pain, go away. You make pain go bye-bye.
Me make pain go bye-bye for everyone.
Thank you.
He's very good at that.
Alright, so just out of pure curiosity, are the chains and all that really strong enough to hold it? Would I be able to tell?
Yes,
Okay.
he has tried to break them.
He took 20 on breaking those chains and he couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that's strong enough to identify. No, that'd be 15. Oh wait, no, 10. So would I be able to identify what they are made out of?
It looks like they are iron chains.
Are they masterwork manacles or are they just normal manacles?
Normal, it looks like.
Clearly couldn't be that strong then. Iron isn't that difficult to break.
Also, there's the fact, the villagers' bodies from the second village, if it's done by a wraith, then they have no marks on them. Therefore, it can't be him. He can't kill them without leaving marks.
We still should take care of the wraiths.
Yeah. But we are
Yeah,
going to make
wraiths
sure
are
we're
bad
prepared
beasts.
for that. We are going to make sure we're prepared for that.
Of course.
We are not going to fight that thing fair.
I like how, I'm sorry, just the picture that comes up in my head is just the beast is sitting there like, I can break these cuffs. You can't break those cuffs.
At this point,
Anything else
Chris,
anyone wants to ask to do?
genuinely wondering if we should be taking him with us.
I
Well-
don't think we'd be allowed to.
I have no further questions.
I don't know, it's like, Chris doesn't care about being allowed to or not.
You know, Oberus is a
What?
prominent noble. Perhaps he could pull some strings. Kerr?
Yes.
Would that be possible, or should we just not try it?
That's probably not going to happen.
Okay.
He
You'd
said
have
probably-
to prove in court.
He said probably, that's a maybe. That's a solid maybe. Try it. Roll that 20.
Have him released into my custody.
He
I
is a
am
lord. He's a lord.
I'm a prominent lord. I have the authority of the king. We won't try it. Better not to poke the nest. The people in the town already don't like us, and we don't really want them to, you know.
Yeah.
Should speak to the townspeople.
As a player, I'm looking at this like, even if we do prove his innocence, I don't think the townspeople are going to accept it. Like,
That's up to
they
you
have,
guys and how well you do.
they have the, Treasury, the monsters are trying to steal the other monster.
Alright, so is there anything else you guys want to do?
Well, like I said, I kind of want to get my stuff enchanted before we leave, but if that's
You
just
won't have time to do that.
Yeah, it's going to take
no,
several
like
days.
we're on massive
Okay.
time crunch.
Yeah.
even best case scenario, enchanting on the road, it still wouldn't be able to.
Alright. Is there any gear we want to get for fighting undead? Because those haunt files and stuff came in handy before.
I've got plenty of holy water. Like, an infinite amount.
Oh, right.
Well-
That reminds me what I was going to try and get done while we were at my estate. Before we left.
Yes.
I wanted to get my rapier plated with some sort of thing that actually can hit ghosts. If that's a thing that can be done.
You wouldn't have had time to do that. It would have been too expensive at the time.
Too expensive? Isn't there like
It's like
silver or
3,000 gold.
something?
No, you'd have to get ghost touch on your weapons, or have them enchanted as a +1 magic weapon.
Hey, look at me with a
At
+1
least I've
magic
got
weapon.
Yeah, you've got the Mithril Dagger. The +1 magic Mithril Dagger.
Problem is that the dagger, if I use the dagger, I lose a lot of my abilities. Because they are specifically tied to the rapier.
Man, it's almost like the DM's trying to pigeonhole us.
Oh, it's just literally I'm just going off the book too.
I know, I'm teasing.
Well, anyways, I guess we will, we'll go grab a quick lunch. Barrister, do you recommend any, dining establishments here? Preferably something quick?
He nods. We can have some food served upstairs.
This would be after we left the beast room, by the way. Just
Okay,
for
yeah,
the
no.
record.
He can have food served in the defense chamber from some servants. They do have a little kitchen on site.
Very well. Please have that done, preferably quickly, as time is of the essence.
Always.
He will nod and do so.
Yes, Gunford.
I'm not feeling particularly hungry right now. Do you mind if I ride on ahead?
I do mind, as it would be an unwise decision to split our group. We are far stronger together.
It would split the party.
Also, it wasn't really, Elberus is just going off of what somebody else suggested. I think it was, Karma.
Yeah.
But he is still seeking to have it done quickly. But it is a good idea.
When it comes to the food they give, is this a quality or a quantity meal?
It is both.
So they've actually cooked enough to satisfy Kravist?
Yes.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive.
I just had a
Besides,
wild
I-
idea.
I do personally really like the idea of, okay, we do actually have to make sure we eat before we just go rushing off to possibly be out all night.
Oh yeah.
Roleplay.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. And it's part of Gunny's roleplay that he's just like, I want to get this done. I don't want to eat.
Oh
So,
god, we are
we've got our
lawyers. We are the scum of the earth right now.
Oh, I wanted to be a tax collector. I'd be really good at that one.
So, we've got a limitless amount of holy water, essentially. Is there any sort of thing I could do with alchemy to perhaps assist us in the fighting of the undead other than just throwing holy water on things?
Not with that. Not specifically with undead. As you guys finish, I think this is going to be a fun little endpoint. As you guys finish your meal, you can hear screaming coming from outside the courthouse, and a very loud boom, like a crack of thunder and lightning.
Good question, though, for the DM.
Yes.
Is it a thing that you can do where you can just, like, basically like the same way you can poison a blade, can you just pour holy water onto a blade and then use it like that?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Who wants holy water?
I've got holy arrows. If they
I
want
do
to
have
be or
one-
not.
I have a question, Stripes.
Yes.
Would pouring 2 gallons of holy water on a ghost do more damage than just throwing a bottle at it?
Be the same.
Dang it.
Weird, but okay.
My cup can hold 2 gallons a day. That's what I was wondering.
I just imagine Gunny, like, slashes something, leans over, dips his sword in the fucking 2-gallon thing, pulls it out, slashes something, does it again.
Oh, it's just a little cup, so you pour it on, and then it refills itself.
Oh, okay, and it refills itself various amount, like, until you've used 2 gallons from that one cup.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Which also means we can drink holy water and become holy.
Nice try.
I
We
mean,
can
if we
literally-
drink enough holy water, then won't it, give us resistant to ghosts?
No.
Whoops.
What if we inject holy water into Kravis' blood?
No.
Well, see,
Aw.
you see, the holy water doesn't work on us because we already are holy. You got the mouth hole, then the rear hole.
Drink holy water, become literally holier than thou.
You know, I'm sorry, but the image going through my head when you say that is the scene from the live-action Pinocchio, where they go through the waterfall on the roller coaster, and all the water spills out the holes in his chest.
There's a difference between being holier and being Swiss cheese.
Wait, is this why everyone thinks the Catholic Church is evil?
Eh.
They're all drinking the holy water. They're all holier than thou.
I'm still on the Pinocchio track. Now, I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I was thinking they're all drinking the holy water. They're all assholes. Because the water turned them into donkeys.
Hello?
I don't know.
I had to throw him into the well for that one. Anyways, no.
Oh, I can make it holy water.
I can fill the well with holy water.
Oh, for the love of all that is holy.
Water.
Okay, fine. Let's
Sweet,
see
cast
you
plus water.
fill the stratosphere.
I mean, give me... Actually, just give me a little bit more gold and I can do it for you.
Alright, guys, we're putting this
So, are you guys doing anything about the people screaming outside and the
I was
giant bang you guys heard?
I was about to say that up until, that. Oberus will quickly rush outside to see
Provisto
what is
will
going
rush
on.
outside. Is the door open? Is the door
Oh,
to the
it
outside
isn't.
open?
Does it matter?
question.
Yes.
I know-
It only matters because
I didn't
Sorry.
get to state it before everyone was going to food. And I was going to state it if it actually became important, but Gunny was going to stay outside and basically be grooming his mount because he was like, too hasty to eat. So does he see anything with this thunder and lightning if he's outside already?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Give me a second. I need to check something real quick.
Thunder and
Myself,
lightning, very,
'cause
very
I didn't
frightening.
think I'd have to actually check anything.
22 perception.
The only reason I check if the door is open or not is if there's a repair bill.
Gunny's a fucking vigilant motherfucker. He like brushes his horse's mane and then
Let's see if he.
All things considered, wearing full plate and having a little slit, you're really observant.
No, you did not see anything until there was the sound of a snap and
Have everyone turned to dust?
no. No.
only half the people.
Oh, only
half the
half. Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Not everyone.
A-
I said half. I said half of everyone.
A roar went up as something about 9 feet tall. I shared an image in the Lords of Death. It's not a huge dragon. It's about 9
Is
feet
that-
tall, 10 feet tall.
Oh, it's only
And-
this size.
Yeah, it's about Kravis size.
Okay, I
And it
wanted...
has
Yeah, I was saying, if it was bigger, it could be Kravist riding that, and then we've got Draco riding Kravist, and then Hoot riding Draco. We could have this sort of conga line of mounts.
there is someone riding it.
Aww.
A lion-like man. He's wearing a black outfit with a butterfly with rainbow-like wings on his chest. And at his side are 2 star-like daggers.
So,
And beside him, standing on the back of the dragon as well, is a very large black feline.
I want
Wait,
those
Gunny's-
dragons.
Gunny's just gonna go ahead and like, since he's right there at his horse, he instantly goes to mount it, and he gets his fucking lance up, and he just starts charging.
The dragon is in the air. It's 30 feet up in the air.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, it's flying. It appeared literally in midair out of nowhere. And when the figure on its back snaps his fingers again, the dragon lifts its head and lets loose a blast of electricity right at the Wicker Man and sets it aflame and nearly causing it to explode. Though you would note it doesn't seem like anyone was harmed by the electrical discharge. Even the people who are right next to it were not harmed by it.
Still mounting his horse and getting his lance and is getting ready for combat, assuming he's going to have to fight.
Oberis will stride forward. Oh,
We
what
do have to double check.
is-
Was the door open or closed? Because if it was closed, there's now a broken door.
The door is open.
Okay, good. That means I don't have to peek out of a crevice-sized hole.
And I don't have to have, my head smashed against the wall, because Carvis can go through it, but my body can't.
The figure on the back of the dragon is just going to kind of give a smile. You can see him sliding his hands down into his pockets as he's just kind of very relaxed. As he kind of looks at you guys before pulling one hand out, giving a very cheery wave, and taking off flying right towards the swamps.
I have a feeling that he might be an ally.
Only foe, but I suppose only time will tell. Shall
I'm
we
pretty
be
sure he's an
off?
ally.
So as a player, I do want to confirm, are the dragon scales chromatic or metallic?
They were metallic.
All right.
Bronze. Specifically a young bronze dragon.
Personally, as a player, I don't.
The such theatrics.
Well, I don't subscribe to the all metallics are good, all chromatics are evil standpoint personally, but as a character, I don't even think I would know half of that anyway.
He's your long lost brother.
With the sheer number, you guys could tell with the sheer number of people that were in the square when this thing showed up, this thing could have killed hundreds with a single burst of its breath. Instead, it had a very laser focused blast of electricity only at the Wicker Man, and it didn't even hit anyone who was putting fuel or wood on it. If this person had wanted to, he probably could have killed everyone but you guys with one single blast of draconic breath.
I still don't like his theatrics.
Oh, I
didn't
kind
know
of
that
did.
the bonfire
You know what he
was
just
this
did?
early.
I believe he just tried to buy us time. Which means he probably knows the giant. I think we need to talk to him. Or the beast, sorry.
I think we need to follow him as well. It
Which
seems
direction?
awfully
You said he was
coincidental.
flying. You said he was flying off to the swamp.
Yep, he was
Yep.
flying where you guys are supposed to go to.
I think we need to talk to him. Also, I want to see if I can borrow the dragon from him because it does lightning, and lightning's my thing, and I want it.
Is Crevice not a good enough mount anymore?
No, what I'm saying is, you can ride the dragon, I could ride you. And who can ride me? Right, Hoot?
He was just kind of glaring at you.
What?
I swear, you're
I'm not
making a
your
totem
familiar.
pole.
I feel Trevist is the same size as that beast.
Yes, but dragons grow bigger.
Crevice gonna grow bigger.
He sounds so heartbroken.
I'm just gonna, reach over and rub Kravis under the chin like you would a mount.
Okay.
Gravist is adorable.
Don't worry, Trevist. If at any point Draco does not want to ride you, I certainly will.
Hey, this is mine! I'm just clinging to Gravist. He is mine.
I think
of
this is
these-
a good part to end because we can start up with you guys heading off to the swamp area for the first investigation next week. And you guys are going to be getting some really cool stuff because of the donation today, we did not get to the part where the donation is really going to kick in. You got to see a little bit of it, a hint of it, but the big stuff won't kick in until either next week or the week after. But I do have it jotted down to remember that the donation was made to help you guys out.
All right.
I was totally expecting this to be one that would hurt us. You know.
I was just expecting
Kind
a
of
giant
like-
stone to fall from the sky.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Basically,
Yeah, I
rocks
think-
fall, everybody dies.
I think he's
No.
doing this thing where he's trying to make the titles misleading, so we don't want to donate for it, or to trick Jaffer into donating for it because I'm pretty sure Jaffer wants everyone to suffer.
See, I win either way.
No, Jaffer just
Exactly.
wants to be a plushie again.
I just want to have fun with a character.
So, what
I
do you
love
guys think?
Crevice. He is my favorite character.
So, what do you guys think of the little cameo of my future summoner, who is going to be in a game that was going to be streamed here soon?
Well, I can, and
Oh, he's
I'm glad
already
you're getting
dead,
a
though.
No, he's not.
Just so you know, Stripes, I am beating up your cameo guy and stealing his daggers.
It's Star Times.
I don't care if he's level 20. I will find a way.
We still don't even know if he'll reach that high.
into battle.
You realize that no matter how high a level something is, Krivist can still hurt it if it has blood.
Is the dragon
Okay,
something I can take as a familiar?
So, how are you guys going to deal with 13 dragons?
Easy. I cast invisibility and sneak through and steal the daggers from him.
I don't need daggers for this.
Oh, I don't need to fight the dragons. I just want the daggers. They look
I
See
cool.
don't want
invisibility.
I got you
What?
right there.
See invisibility.
That's how I deal with 13 dragons right there.
I use flare.
As they all use their electrical breath. 10d6 points of damage each.
Oh,
Zim,
that's
What are
fine.
you doing
Hey.
to extreme avatars?
I've got resistance to electricity.
I'm just having fun. While
Yeah, I'm seeing it happen, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm throwing
no,
all
for-
Pokemon off the screen.
No, to give a little context to our viewers, I am going to be running a game with Zim as my DM. It's going to be
I'm
a
the
solo.
one running it.
That's what I said. You're going to be the one running it.
No, you said you're gonna be running it.
Oh,
Oh wait,
my bad.
am I playing it? Okay.
No. Zim is going to be running the game. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I thought I said the other thing. It's going to be a solo game. And when we picked it, I didn't realize until I actually checked it, but it also takes place in Ustalov, the same country this one, at the same time this campaign happens.
So you've got DM insider knowledge, so you can just cheat everything.
Actually, no, he has no idea what's gonna happen in it.
I have no idea what's going to happen, but in
Okay.
my head, this is basically when he's traveling from one area to the next. He takes a stop here where this is going on.
Where's Jaffer's Pokemon? There's Jaffer's.
Does that mean we can influence his game so our characters just show up and they're literally just the same
Yes.
character?
That would be
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, you guys could use your influence in this game to have your character show up or something like that.
Well, we
I
would
don't
use
know
the
how that would
influence
work, but
we'd use the
An
influence in
encryption
your
engine.
game.
I'll use my influence in your game for a Kravis plush to appear. What?
I want to influence infinite Kravis plushes.
Yes. We will win the battle against the Lich Lord by suffocating him under Kravis plushes.
he doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, he can't move.
I've
Oh.
actually won an encounter once where our DM gave us magical backpacks that had unlimited standard items. Basically, it
By
was
the way,
his
you
way of
guys,
saying
everyone
have
please
access to
level up to
everything.
level 5.
And we found
Oh,
a
well.
pit that had a beholder at the bottom of it, and no one could figure out how to get it. So I had the smart idea of, I have a bag that has unlimited standard items. Yes? Yes. Cool. I'm going to grab a flask of oil and throw it down. Okay, and then another flask of oil and throw it down. 3 days later, the entire party throwing flasks of oil down this hole, we saw the oil level. I'm going to throw a tinder twig. And the GM just like, why? You've already drowned it in oil. I'm like, yeah.
Never hurts to be thorough.
So, yeah. The GM described it as like the equivalent of a nuke. And I went, no. If you want a nuke, I can make a nuke. He's like, no, not that again.
Again?
3.5, you can make literally a magical nuke.
Oh yeah, the same system where you can make a peasant chain gun
So the nuke is,
or
you
railgun.
start with the spell Find City, which has a range of 10 miles per level. The earliest you can do it is level 7, so 70 miles. You then have a feat that converts any area effect spell you have, also deals 1d6 sonic damage. You then use energy substitution to transfer it from sonic damage to electric damage. You then use another feat that is every time you do an area of effect electric spell, enemies are thrown to the edge of the spell and take 1d6 damage per distance move. I cast Find City. Everything in a 70-mile radius is thrown to the edge. Anything that's not within around like 10 to 20 feet of the edge is just turned into paste because there's no limit on the amount of dice damage it takes. Even if you succeed the save and take half damage, if you're standing next to me, you're taking tens of thousands of dice.
I had a question,
So-
but I forget what the question was.
It's why my DM banned the Find City spell.
Oh, hey, we leveled up. That means I get a feat.
Alright, so anyways, thank you all so much for joining us for Lords of Death Pathfinder. I will be back tomorrow with more streaming. Check out the website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, blah, 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 blah. Brain
Patreon.
died.
Twitter.
Patreon, all those things. You'll find all the different links on the website, as well as down in the description below. Toshime, thank you so much for those biddies. They are very helpful. Thank you. Do consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best places to support the channel. You can also do so by grabbing some merch or using our Humble Bundle partner link. You can find links for everything down in the description below, as well as on our website. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. You guys make this possible. But for now, I bid you the most fondest adieu. Have a great
Bye,
night.
guys.
Thank you very much for coming, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye!